Next, we're going to be talking about children. And a woman who has held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you yet, they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children are living, and arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon his path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is the stable." Now, I want to draw your attention to something in this poem specifically, because he and his, I don't know if you guys can see that, you probably can't, but in this translation at least, he and his are capitalized. Now, typically pronouns aren't capitalized, but in the Bible, when you refer to God, or you refer to, God, when you refer to God and they say he or his, it's always capitalized. He, his, and him in the Bible are capitalized when referring to God. So I think here, at least in this translation, Gibran is referring to the archer as God. So keep that in mind as we go into this. And again, we see here Gibran's kind of love for the fierce independentness of humanity. We're all individual people, and as parents, we should acknowledge that of our children, and as children, we should acknowledge that of our parents. Because he says, "For they come through you, but not from you." So the parent is kind of a vessel in that way, a vessel that nurtures and a vessel that brings the person up. But whenever you're doing that, it should be done so in a way that promotes independence and promotes freedom of thought within the individual. As mentioned here, "For they have their own thoughts, and you may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams." So here he's saying that the children are the future. Their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, so the future, which we can't get to because we're old and tired, when he was talking to the parents. So that's an interesting use there. And then finally, he gives the analogy of the archer. So the archer sets his mark upon the path to the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. So the archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite. Time is infinite, so looking forward into the great abyss that is the future, the unknown future. And he bends you, the parent, with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. So he's putting on to parents, in this case the archer, or as I read into it, the God, or some sort of deity. He is bending you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. So it's on you as a parent to raise your children in such a way that they go far in life. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness. So don't feel bad that you're being stretched, or that God is giving you this challenge, or the archer is giving you this challenge. For even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he also loves the bow that is stable. So he's giving you this challenge because he cares about you, and he cares about your child as well. I like this one. This is one of my more favorite ones. And again, it's all about that conciseness with Gibran. He's very concise and he's very eloquent, and he gets everything boiled down really, really easy. And that's why I love reading his stuff, because he keeps it really, really tight.